Okay, early Saturday morning. I'm up here at the Momure Alger Creek Trail, San Bernardino Mountains National Forest. I'm gonna go up here, somewhere back here, look for a cabin, and then cut up. I'm gonna connect 3 trails, and hopefully reaching Gorgonio for the night. It's supposed to have thunderstorms. It's already sprinkling. I didn't bring a jacket. I bought a tarp, a sleeping bag. Plan is to make it through this rainstorm. Here's San Bernardino Peak up that way. Alger Creek, Dobbs Cabin, and Dollar Lake Saddle all this way. I'll go this way and then I'll catch another turn to go to the Gorgonio summit. Here's a progress report on where I am. If you look across right there, the bottom trekking pole, down over there, you'll see somewhere in that area. There's a cabin. That's near the creek bottom. Creek bottom's the other side of this ridge that's in front of me. So I've come up completely around up here, but this is my view. I go this way. Let's go check out this creek. Look at this. I could kick back here and camp here and totally be satisfied. Except for the fact I'd always be wondering what's around the next corner. I want to see it all while I'm here. Okay, using the Sawyer squeeze system, I went ahead and topped this off. Now the whole way up here, I drank that much. I was down to there. So I drank 3/4 of a liter or so. Look at that. Look at this. This is a first. This looks like raspberries. It's not blackberries. The leaves are different. The stems are different. Looks like raspberries. I didn't even know they grew in the area. Anyway, it's starting to rain. Great. I'm not even 1/4 of the way. I just passed 3 people that said they were camped by Dobbs Cabin. They said, unfortunately, there are no remains left. They're all gone now. That's what I wanted to find. There were 3 of them, 2 guys and a girl. They said they searched all over a couple hours, and they ended up staying in the campground. They said lightning storms were crazy last night. So I'm sure on Gorgonio, you're wide open to all those winds, and it's 11,503 and 3 and 2 inches. Wide open to those. So I might just sit here and wait out this rainstorm if it gets too bad. I don't want to get my camera wet. I have an umbrella, but I have no rain gear. I brought just the minimum to show you can get by no matter what. You don't need everything. Listen to that. Thunderstorms coming in. I don't even have a jacket. Let me show you what I did. I took a trash bag and I went around my pack. Not around it, but just tucked it in all over. Keep it the majority of the way dry. See that? And I've got an umbrella. Go light short, small umbrella. I'm gonna keep on going as far as I can. I'm about a little more than 1/3 of the way now. I stopped to do a map check here and look at this. Look at how black it is over there. I think that'd be pretty dangerous, you know. Pretty dangerous to be camping up there. Some guy just got killed by lightning in the ocean. I think going up there just be asking for it. I'm half tempted to camp right here, but then I see this Dobbs camp. I might just go down there. I think I'm gonna go down there and camp. I hear a river down there, I believe. I'm gonna do a map check real quick. Look at this, Plummer Meadows, Saxon Camp, Dobbs Camp, and there's another sign there I can't see, but I'm not sure which way to Gorgonio. My guess would be follow this ridge up and around. It's way in back of this, way back over there. But with this storm coming in, I'm gonna hunker down right here, I believe. I believe I've about reached my camp for the night. It's okay, it's cool. I mean, I'm seeing things I haven't seen before. I've seen Vivian Creek Trail. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a really nice lightning show tonight. Listen to that. It's gonna come down any minute now. Listen to that. It's coming down harder, and the lightning's coming a lot faster. Look at this, how green this is. This whole thing has seeps all over the place. There's a little marsh back there. There's a stream coming down this way, creek. I'll show you what I mean about seeps. Watch this. Keep an eye on the ground there. Watch. There it is. Look at this. And up from the ground came a bubbling oil, that is. Actually, it's water. It's coming out right there. Nothing above it. There it is. There's another one up there. I guess it's a small creek that flows from that canyon back there. Pops out of the water, out of the ground every now and then. There's another trail back there. Sometimes you follow these little trails. They take you to awesome places. Like I think this one's going to. It looks like another campground. Oh no, did a full circle. I went the other way. This is the same one. I think. Yeah. Trench. I'm gonna set up right here. In between rains. Turn it back on the other side. I haven't got fully set up yet. But look at this. I use natural obstacles to block the wind. I got this log here, right there. That'll block any wind coming in from the side. It's good to get the rain off and over. I put this center seam here, it is sealed, but just in case it leaks, off to one side of where I'm sleeping. I've got my Tyvek down here. On this side, I still got a good 2 feet. I've got it over some rocks I'm gonna use for a campfire, but I've got it guided out. I've got this guided out too. As soon as the rain lets up, I will tighten that guy out. I've got my pack on there. I still have to hang my food. I'm waiting for the rain to slow down. And then I'll have my umbrella. Look at all that water. There's some more over here. And a lemonade. Oh, and a canteen in my pack. Now this right here will stop any wind from coming in this way. This leaves this open and that open. I'm not too worried about it though. This campsite's surrounded by, I'm in a valley, so the wind is not going to howl through here. I very much doubt. But I should get a good view of the lightning from here, and I'll be able to see right through here and see some lightning there. Oh yeah, and I got these trekking poles. I ran a line. I ran some 550 from that tree straight through to that tree, and just threw my tarp over it and guided it out. Keep it real tight pitch. So I have it about 3.5 feet high. Not too high, you don't want the wind to come through. And then I have my trekking poles here, just stuck in the ground and pushed up against the 550. Keep it taut, keep the rain flowing down. I actually could put a cup over here and catch this rain if I needed it, but there's a creek to that side, plus you saw the water I have. Sound cool. I'm gonna set up right here and eat while I'm waiting for, listen to that. This is awesome. I just hope it lets up for me to get out tomorrow. I don't know what the hell. This is awesome though. I'll show you more when I get all set up. A quick look at my camp. No jacket, so I got Old Faithful cape on. I got my sleeping bag right here. I brought the Marmot 15 down. I regret bringing it down because chance on getting wet. I should have brought my North Face Mummy's Cat's Meow. My North Face 20 Cat's Meow. Would have been fine if it got wet. It'd be no big deal, dried out. But I got my ULA circuit pack in this trash bag. That's for my feet. I got the short Tyvek. I got my tripod right there, putting pressure on this, keeping it taut. 32 ounces, 32 ounces, like I really need them now. This stuff's gonna get hung. Ooh, is that lightning? Listen, listen, give it a second. Here it comes. Ooh. I got this. My friend Linda gave me this. This is some rope inside here. I'm gonna hang that if the rain slows down. Even if it doesn't slow down, I'll run out there and hang it. I don't want this food near me with this big opening where a bear can walk right in and start eating this and decide, there's dessert. There's my Sawyer bags. The Sawyer syringe for flushing it is in there too. My 10 steaks. Sunglasses, don't even need them. This is my hygiene and medical maps. I'm going to show you these in a minute. My food bag drying out, my Trangia bag, my hat. That's a big slab of salmon. That's some grain. That's some broccoli, cauliflower. Lemonade, water, water, water. More water. A knife, fire starter, a pillow, camera bag. One of those things to block rain. What do they call? Shield, a umbrella, and my full Trangia. Yeah, I carried it. It's a little. It's a 5 times heavier than my smallest kit. But hey, I want to fry up some salmon in the morning. I've got some bacon and eggs, smoked applewood bacon with some eggs, and I want to eat proper. But as you can see, I'm sitting up in here. I'm not touching. It's a perfect height. You want it just above your head. Something you can sit up comfortably without touching it and causing it to leak. Here we are. I knew it was going to be a long night, so I brought something to entertain myself. Quiet Chain Cane rides again. It's a high spirits. That's the grain. Oh yeah, well that's going. Slumberjack pillow, same one I use all the time. My Marmot 15. Plasma. It's plasma, baby. It's a plasma. This thing's been through every kind of predicament you could imagine, from hammock to snow to bivvy to SL3, you name it. I've used this. I did my boiling right there at the edge of the tarp, but when it came to the fish, I took it down over here, cooked it back here. I'm going to show you guys that river as soon as I'm done eating. But while the food's hot and the rain stopped, I'm going to go and eat. Look at this. Big old salmon fillet, some vegetables, and some grain. Some lemonade. Bon appetit. Watch this. Look at this deep pool. They've never found any gold back here worth doing any kind of serious looking. They put a lot of money into it, pull very little out. So here's the map I had. Again, it's the Tom Harrelson 995 San Gorgonio Wilderness Trail map. Okay, here's Gorgonio Summit. 11,503, I believe is the top. Now I've taken this Vivian Trail. You pass a creek here, past again up here, a different one. This one here and this one are different. This one has a little waterfall. But I've done this one, spent the night up there. This time I'm parked down here, and I was taking the mom here. Now, see, it's 3.7 Algier Creek. That's the one I stopped at and filmed. And then it's 1.6 to where I filmed, where it was really starting to rain. So 1.6 is 3.7. It's 5.6 plus. I've only made it 6 miles of the 15. Of the 14. 6 of the 14. But this is my intended route to make it up here, spend the night. But like I said, I got here, it's pouring, lightning. It seems to have calmed down right now. But this is where I'm camped for the night. This is a beautiful place. So another time I'll come up here and do this. One day I'd like to even go around here, around the mountain completely. The wind and the rains come back with a vengeance. It was just howling through here. I'd fall asleep. Excuse me. I'd fallen asleep. A few big flashes of lightning. Claps of thunder. Woke me up. It's back. But to date, it's still dry. I don't know what time it is. It just now stopped raining. It poured all night. I'm glad I didn't try to go to the top. Coming down would have been just a walk in the mud. Ugh, look at this. Where my food is hung is way up. That tree there. Off the back of that tree. 2 trees behind it. Oh, but this tarp. Nothing. That's an integral design siltarp. It's the first time I've actually turned a light on. I didn't turn a light on all night. So I get my boots, my pants on top of my boots. Anything I want to dry inside my boots. It's 6:06 in the morning. So let me see. Because of the storm, I laid down at 4 o'clock yesterday. I've got 14 hours sleep. Oh, but I tossed and turned here and there. Woke up every time there'd be a loud lightning flash. This whole thing would light up. The sky would just. I'd wake up. But I've got plenty of sleep. I just gotta get some fuel in me, some bacon and eggs, and slowly start to walk back. Oh, here's the first look. Camp in the morning. Look at that. If you guys haven't experienced sleeping with minimum gear, it just a Tyvek, half sheet. My pack, my ULA Circus is inside that trash bag to keep it dry, but that's insulation from the ground for my legs. If you guys haven't experienced like minimum gear in a rainstorm, you gotta try it. It's really neat. I stay bone dry. And my food bag's hanging, not this big tree, not the second one, but the third one back, up there. I don't know what this knot's called, but you pull this and everything comes undone. Because you know the 550, when it gets wet, it's going to swell a little bit. Hard to get a knot out, especially with some tension on it. This is one of the best campgrounds I've ever stayed in. I found it on an accident. I'll have to see if my brother will come back here with me. There's my food right there. It's under the screen. Water boiling for coffee, and the leftover water I'll heat up again to clean the bacon grease and the eggs residue out of my fry pan before I pack it back up. I don't want to be walking down the hill leaving the scent of bacon behind me. A whole parade of bears. Here's my gigantic double shot of coffee, my bacon and eggs. Better than those breakfast in a bag. This has been the best campsite I've been in years. Even though it rained, it's a lot of fun. You don't see too many campgrounds like this in Southern California. I was gonna bring a bivvy instead, and you've all seen, most of you have seen my bivvy. It's the REI Minimalist. It's got a face screen, so you do have to have a tarp or something over your umbrella. But if I would have brought that, and I would have saw this spot, right there's where I would have set my bivvy up. Look at that. Bone dry. Just pull out all those cones. Would have been bone dry. Another time, McLeod. Oh, wow, look at this. And this, two of them merge. I wonder where that canyon goes. Beautiful here. I was camped downriver, a few hundred feet. Just think, way back in the 70s, late 60s, 70s, a guy named John W. Robinson looked on some old maps. There were no trail books then. He started them on these mountains. Looked up some old maps, researched all the history while being a full-time teacher in Costa Mesa, and walked all these trails. And I'm sure they weren't as well seen as they are today because of his book showing them. But he checked out all these places, stayed in a lot of these places. Wandered. Supposedly, a guy named Cobbs has a cabin back here somewhere, some remains, but it's so thick and it's so wet and so slippery. I'm back here by myself. I don't dare try pushing through. I walked that log right there and fell off the other side and almost broke my leg. It's really slick. So, yeah, Robinson got many books out from this range, San Gabriel's, all over California. Hats off to you, Mr. Robinson. I got back on the trail there. When I looked back, I saw a footpath crossing the river here. Oh, there's something up there. Oh my God. Oh, it's a man. Thought I saw Sasquatch. Somebody's camped over here. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. Right through there. There's a campground over here. There they are back there. I thought I saw another Yeti. But one of the grays. Look at this spot. Oh, and those two people, they were with the other three I saw yesterday. Look at this spot though. If I was going to build a cabin, this is where I'd build my cabin. But then again, I'm not Dobbs, so. This is the secondary river with that waterfall and that log that I walked on. This is upriver from that. These people right here behind me said that they spent 80% of their time in the tent. Their intentions were to go to the top too. But they got that rain, got caught in that downpour, and just decided to camp here. Same thing I did. Now there's another spot over there might be good for a cabin. If you look across over there, there's a foot trail that goes along, goes back in the valley. Sometimes you follow this back, they open up. Other times you come to stuff like this. Whoa. Let's see. See all that bark's missing? It's where many people have gone over. Man, it's slippery. There's that couple. I think they're looking for the cabin also. My guess is it was right here and it's long gone. If any of you have found it, please make a comment. Let anybody else know who's looking for it. Is that an Esbit? No, that's a whiskey bottle. These are great for keeping some cooking oil in. If you don't drink and you happen to have fun with it, you can always boil it out. But put your cooking oil in there and then put them in a Ziploc baggie. Cooking steaks, fish, whatever. Perfect container for that. I'm gonna go check that last side and then I'm out of here. The tribes that occupy these lands were the Kuya, named for a lake on the northeast corner, which no longer exists, back by Salton Sea, Kuya Lake. And when that lake dried up, they made their way over to these mountains where they found deer and pine nuts and acorns and you name it. Well, this tribe used to go all the way down into the Gabrielinos area and trade with the Gabrielinos. They'd get obsidian from them, soapstone was from another tribe, the Gabrielinos, and another tribe. Cannot think of the name of them offhand. Just west of the Gabrielinos, they used to have canoes. Used to go to Catalina, get soapstone. The soapstone area, I've heard from one of the guys that lives on the island, I guess the place where they used to harvest the soapstone from is in between two harbors and Parsons Landing. There's a little area there where archaeological digs have found where people have been cutting this stuff off the side of the mountain. So they used to get that there, bring it back and trade the soapstones for acorns and trout and deer. The Gabrielinos would trade acorns. They'd gather and in turn get the soapstone to cook on. And obsidian from up north all the way up by Yellowstone and up that way where the volcanic areas. They make knives and arrowheads out of obsidian. They all work together. And the leader, not the leader, but they were not one big tribe. They were a bunch of little groups. But the one guy that decided on disputes of all these tribes lived down in the land of the big sky, which is now known as Palos Verdes. And they were camped down there because that's where the missionaries used to come in from Spain. Missionaries would come along there, try to teach the native their ways, and in turn they'd trade back and forth. Well, any disputes were not done in battles like the movies. They were given to him, and he and his little group of people charged everybody a tax for doing this. The tax was a little bit of their harvest each year, and that was used for dealing with the missionaries. They would welcome them to dinners and things. Well, that's where they were getting the food and such to provide to the missionaries. So everything worked out back then. Nowadays, with all the laws we have, the billions and billions and billions of laws on books, it still doesn't work. People nowadays are too self-centered, too greedy, and just have to do each other wrong. Rip off the next guy. Pawn your work off on the next guy. Everything is me, 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 me. Nothing is a team effort. There's the trailhead. From there, if I go to the right, well, the way I'm looking, if I go to the right, it goes to the summit and a few other places. If I go to the left, it goes off the side of the cliff. If I go straight, it goes back to the trailhead where I began. The couple that was there, they came in after I did yesterday. They came in when it was pouring rain too. Oh, look it right there. Where is he? Huh. Can't find him. It's really hard. There he is. He's about 20 feet away from me right now. He's eating pine nuts out of that cone. If you've never tried those, they're pretty good. Even uncooked, it tastes alright. Look at him. Within 10 feet now. Look at this. Oh, there he goes. About 5 feet was the Hey, buddy. Whoa! Almost man down. Whew. I stepped in a pine cone. I almost went down big time. No, anyway, see, that couple, they came in after me. I guess they came in about 20 minutes after I did, 30 minutes after I did. And they said, they saw my tarp and they asked me, why did you use that formation? Why did you use that setup? I said, well, you saw it was pouring. I just wanted something I could get up really quick and get under. And that one was quick. Just ran a line across, pegged down one side of the tarp, pulled it up and over, pegged down the other side, dry spot, got in, waited out the storm. I put my trekking poles in to make it tighter so I didn't have to get out and adjust the guy lines as the tarp stretched a little bit and rope sagged a little bit, and I could just raise the trekking poles and tighten everything up. Worked out perfect. No sags, no leaks. Yeah. This is where I stopped for water yesterday. Like I really needed it. But when you've not done the trail before, you don't know. Elger Camp. Elger Creek Camp. This is the rear of the campground. Sitting here to take a break. Got the flute out and I started playing. Took my shirt off. My shirt's soaked in the back. Set my shirt down there. And then all of a sudden, boom, it starts pouring. I realized that I'm under clouds again. I gotta get out of here. It stopped for a second. I'm gonna take that second to get out of here and get back on the trail. Here we are again. Another downpour. It just hailed for a few seconds and then it turned into a pour, and now it's shutting off again. Just long enough for me to break out the umbrella. I think it stops again. Oh, maybe not. Here I am, back at the trailhead. Now if any of you guys do come up here, save yourself some wandering and look to the right. There's your trail. It looks like it's an old riverbed, but it's a trail. It opens up the trail. I went this way. I went the hard way. Off to the right, to the east, there's a trail. Back over here from the top, I could see a big tent, an old Coleman tent. Every time I see a big old Coleman tent, I'm taken back to when I was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. My fondest memories of my entire life. Here it is. It's on the screen. My fondest memories of my entire life, besides the birth of my daughter and things like that, as a childhood though, is camping with my mom and dad. We didn't do backpacking, but we did car camping. But to a kid, it's incredible. Nowadays, everybody's got the phones and electronics, and the world's a different place. But some families still do it. You're giving your kids memories that they will never forget. Look, I'm 48, I'll be 49 years old in a month or 2 or 3, something like that. And still to this day, my favorite memories are car camping with my mom and dad. Going out at night, fishing for channel cat, bringing them back, cleaning them up with my dad, frying them over an open fire or on the old Coleman stove. Incredible times. I sure do miss them now. Now I do stuff like this on my own solo. It's fun. It's not the same.